Welcome back. Well, India hit 6 military sites in Pakistan with air-launched precision weapons. Air Marshal AK Bharti revealed that Pakistan launched a massive drone attack, including Srinagar and Naliya, on the 8th and 9th of May at night. And India struck air bases, command centers, military infrastructure, air defense systems across the entire Western Front. The Indian Air Force struck military targets in Noor Khan, Afiki, Rahim Yar Khan, Sargoda, Bhulari and Jacobabad areas of Pakistan. The action, the government said, was in response to the Pakistan military's brazen attacks on India's military infrastructure and civilian areas using fighter jets, unmanned combat aerial vehicles and missiles as well. Well, the first airbase that was targeted was the Chaklala airbase, located just 10 kilometers from Islamabad. The Chaklala airbase is one of Pakistan's most sensitive military compounds and serves both Air Force operations and VIP transport. The airbase played a key role in the past conflicts, including 1965 and 1971 wars. The base supports aerial refueling and transport missions and is home to 5 to 6 premium transport squadrons, including aircrafts used by top political and military leaders, making it an important target for India. The second airbase that was struck by India was the Rafiki airbase in Shorkot. This base houses multiple squadrons and it houses the JF-17 and Mirage fighter jets along with the utility helicopters as well. It is located in central Punjab and hence enables quick deployment across both the eastern and the western front. It's right in the center of Pakistan. Let's talk about Rahim Yar Khan airbase, located in southern Punjab. Owing to its location, the base holds a strategic value for rapid deployment and operations across southern and eastern Pakistan. Well, India successfully targeted Sargoda Air Base as well, which is located west of Lahore. It serves as the headquarters of the PAF's Central Air Command and is a major operational base, housing squadrons and advanced aircrafts as well. Well, India also struck the Bhulari Air Base, which was in fact inaugurated in December 2017. The base hosts squadrons operating F-16s. It also stations the SAB 2000 airborne early warning and control aircrafts for surveillance, the AWACS. Well, Pakistan Air Force Base Shahbaz is also located in the town of Jacobabad at the northern part of Sindh province. The base is named after Shahbaz bird. In the wake of World War II, the British Raj built an airfield at the old town of Jacobabad in 1942 for use by the Royal Air Force. After Pakistan's independence in 1947, the airfield was inherited by the Civil Aviation Department, who in 1967, the airfield was activated amidst the Kargil War in 1999, during which F-16s of the 11th Squadron Arrows were deployed there for air alert duties. It was again activated after the United States invasion of Afghanistan in 2001, in which the airbase was heavily used by NATO for operation called Enduring Freedom. We'll continue to talk about this. General Asthana still with us on the broadcast. General Asthana, in your recollection, if you talk about 1999, if you talk about 1965, if you talk about 1971 as well, how sensitive and how vulnerable and volatile Pakistan actually becomes, considering its small size, when a number of these air bases are taken out tactically and strategically, and what kind of a window does it give to India as well while Pakistan is recuperating and getting its act together to respond?
See, if we have to take a post-damage assessment of various wars, certainly Pakistan was very vulnerable after 1971. But in all other wars, including Kargil War, the scope and the scope was limited of the war, and it was deliberately made it that way so that the whole nation doesn't go to war and doesn't have to bear the cost of war. So there was an intrusion at a particular place, and that therefore the war was confined to a particular area. So therefore, as far as the cross-border damages were concerned, they were not there at that point of time. So Pakistan didn't feel the heat of it, although politically it did face a turmoil because Nawaz Sharif has to go at the end of the conflict. So that's one part of it. Now, as far as considering, now all conditions are different. people do start comparing this with 71 or otherwise. These are two different scenarios, absolutely. Now, in this particular scenario, what has happened is uh, the warfare has changed, as Ambassador was also trying to was bringing out. The drone warfare was a major response of Pakistan. They never ventured a conventional war. They never entered Indian territory, and they knew that either we keep it at drones level and the level of the technology and the kind of arsenal which Chinese have given them. Chinese gave them a lot of drones, and so did the Turkey. So Turkey gave them. So they were basically keeping it to that extent. And China has a strategy. In some way, we can say that in somehow they have been playing that strategy to say that okay, we'll launch a terror attack, and if confronted, we'll launch drone attack. And if India is moving towards the conventional side, and once a conventional attack is launched, a major attack, conventional attack is launched, we will run to America to intervene with a nuclear blackmail that we have no choice. We will go for our survival of the country. We will have to explode the nuclear bomb. Now, this is exactly what they did. But notwithstanding that, as far as India is concerned, the USA may have bought this nuclear blackmail. India did not, because surgical strike, Balakot strike, and the present one, the nuclear bluff has been called every time. And I think now in Pakistan would have certainly got a message that you cannot play the nuclear card with India, because India is not going to buy that. That is number one. Number two, the capabilities displayed. See, in both cases, uh, now just imagine they had all Chinese air defense systems. We send our arsenal and all our missiles which went and struck the military targets. None could be intercepted. Same as the case was when we sent our missiles to strike the terror camps. None was intercepted because their air defense. I mean, Chinese would be reassessing their air defense, and the whole world would be seeing what the Chinese equipment is. Because when it comes to the battle testing, they just proved worthless. Whereas in our case, although it was not for security reasons, it was not brought out what all weapons did we use. But then the fact is that the kind of with the noise I can make out, we did not waste the costly ammunition to strike down cheap drones. The cheap drones were taken off by the vintage equipment, which I think the Air Vice Marshal mentioned in passing, in some manner or the other. So therefore, we were even that professional that don't waste too much of money in these smaller drones which they have sent. So drone warfare is one. Second is the propaganda warfare. Now that is where we have to watch out. Pakistan's propaganda warfare was fairly good, in a manner that they did try to convince their public the kind of damages which they never did. And at the same time, the water bogey that, okay, my population has been threatened, etc., etc. This was bought out, this was very well bought by the Western media. And same was the case with some other propagandas which they did. So I think we will have to now think back as to how to fight. The one is propaganda warfare, and secondly, drone swarms. And that is why in your channel itself, I made a request yesterday that whoever is listening to me, I think the entire drone industry should get together, and the defense forces must make sure that we have tremendous amount of drone capability, and should be able to block their airspace and their surveillance totally by drone swarms whenever we require. And Russians learnt it after 3 years. I think we should learn it much faster and get on to this drone business, because drone is relevant for the warfare of the future. Other technologies, I think we were fairly okay. We had done very well, and I think as far as the precision strike and the professionalism of our defense forces is concerned, that was par excellence, and you will find that it will be studied
Right.
elsewhere in the world also,
Right, sir.
because nobody has been able to find an answer to exit strategy and, as I said, conflict termination. Back to you.
All right. Pathikrit, important to understand.